Hi Aries, and welcome to your reading for December 2018. My name is Melanie and I hope you find this reading useful. So I'm using two different decks today. The first one is the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition Tarot deck, and the second one I've just pulled one card from, and I kind of use that as a that deck as an oracle deck, oracle cards really, and they're called the Dreamtime Reading Cards, and I'll leave details of those decks underneath this reading. So let's just dive right into it. So the cards that came through for you today from the main tarot deck were as follows. The first card being about your past energy, where you may have come from, and you have the Six of Cups for this. The second card representing current issues, current situation for Aries in December. You got the Knave, otherwise known as the Page of Wands. The third card being possible obstacles for you guys this month. You got the Hanged Man. The fourth card about possible helpful tools this month. You have the Star. And the final card you guys got representing sort of the outcome for December is the Nine of Coins, or the Nine of Pentacles. And the overall theme for the month for December, as represented by the single card down below, you got a card called Walkabout, which is about bare feet, and I'm going to tell you all about that card at the end of the reading. So let's just dive right in. So the overall sense I got from this reading before going through each card was that some sort of ancient or old energy is being revisited, something from the past is coming back. You may be reflecting on the past or being connected to it somehow, and you're now feeling a sense of renewal, a sense of flow, perhaps a sense of resolution, and being able to feel sort of in abundance and appreciation for what you have accomplished and achieved. So that's kind of the whole sense of December, possibly for you guys, which is really quite lovely, coming from the past into the present and feeling grateful for what you have. So what does it actually look like if we divide up the cards? So the first card being about past energy is actually a card about the past, the Six of Cups. So what is this card? This card represents childhood, reminiscing, nostalgia, someone from the past coming back, or meeting someone that you feel like you've kind of known forever, you know, have that really old soul connected feeling. This card is very much about past connections, old relationships, renewals, blessings passed on, favors earned and returned. So I don't know if leading up to the month of December, a few weeks or months, or maybe even over years, you've been reflecting on your past, maybe your childhood, maybe even though a past relationship that was perhaps a bit unresolved, needing some sort of healing or resolution or catharsis needed for you to sort of move forward, and you've been working on that. That's what this card suggests. So moving into the current, what are the current issues and situation you may be facing now in December? You guys have the Knave of Wands, which is also called the Page of Wands in other tarot decks. So pages are messengers, and you can actually see on the card, the Knave of Wands here, this man, he has, obviously this is a deck about tattoos, and this knave has a tattoo on the hand that's holding up the wand, and on that tattoo is a envelope and I think a flower and a leaf. Envelope, of course, meaning a letter, a message. So he comes perhaps bringing news. Wands are about sort of creative energies, passions, life force, adventures, action, spontaneity, inspired work, that kind of stuff. Knave or pages can also represent children, fire sign children, so maybe there's someone like that in your life, or you have that within you. We all have a child within us. So this is about news and announcements coming your way, probably from a trusted person, messages arriving. It can also be about things that you have inherited skills, inherited intelligence, which actually makes a lot of sense given that the card before was the Six of Cups, about the past, about childhood things or things that have passed on, old connections there. So what I take from these first two cards is that a message may well be arriving from someone from your past or about your past, or bringing up the past, past relationships, something from childhood, maybe even something from family history. Maybe you've been interested in this area, or like I said before, needing to resolve something, or a door is open from the past. So there's some sort of communication perhaps coming through, some sort of message about something you've been perhaps working on to do with your childhood in the past, or past relationships. Anything. If it wasn't happening today, it's the past, shall we say. Okay, so moving on to the third card, being possible obstacles Aries may face in December of this year. You have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is about suspension. Obviously he's suspended upside down. He has quite a different view of the world, a really different perspective. He's delayed. There's possibly some sort of delay or reversal, some sort of decision being put on hold. Maybe there's some sort of review or readjustment going on. There's a bit of a waiting period, a bit of being in limbo, possibly a sense of surrender to something that's going on right now that you just can't force. You've just got to wait. Perhaps you've got to have a different perspective on that. The Hanged Man sort of waits reasonably peacefully. He's not actually unhappy. So there's, even though this is an obstacle, there's something is in limbo, is being put on hold, there is a suspension. It's not all bad. Perhaps this is a quiet time of thinking, all right, I'm just going to chill, look at this a different way, get a different perspective, watchfully wait. Perhaps let go a bit and wait for that clarity to come in rather than forcing things. So that would be the message for you, to just be mindful about that obstacle possibly creeping in December, that things perhaps will be a little bit stuck for a little bit. You may be in limbo, but it's not all a bad thing. If this is happening, it probably needs to happen. So you need to perhaps trust and have faith in that process. The fourth card for you guys, representing possible helpful tools this month, you have the Star. Such a lovely, beautiful card. And the Star in this deck has a woman on it who's naked except for wrapped around in some ribbon. She's got some beautiful tattoos on her. Very flowing energy there. She's got two different jugs flowing of water and lots of stars. And she brings a lot of hope, a lot of bright promise. Faith and recovery, very much representing a light at the end of the tunnel. Possible gifts, good prospects, balance. She's sort of holding the two jugs there, pouring one out, pouring another out, and maybe refilling them and pouring them out again, you know, really replenishing, perhaps replenishing waters and energy there. She really offers serenity, hope and inspiration. So maybe holding on to some hope, seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, not giving up on that, even though you may be a little bit in suspension right now, as indicated by the Hanged Man. The Star says that just staying in that place of promise and faith will get you there in the end, because speaking of the end, the final card there is the Nine of Coins, or the Nine of Pentacles, representing the outcome for the month for you lovely Aries, for you lovely Rams out there. Nine of Coins, beautiful card, about sort of the fruits of one's labour, luxury, abundance, material comfort. Coins being about material things, finances, work, tangible things, businesses, acquisitions, stuff like that. So the Nine of Coins is sort of a real card of success and accomplishment, having acquired all these kind of objects or money or sort of luxury goods. You're feeling quite content, safe and secure. There will be a sense of safety and security in your financial situation and environment, and with that brings ideally a sense of gratitude and being thankful and being able to sort of let go of those kind of worries, because now you have what you materially need, and you can look around at all the other beautiful abundant things that exist in life, nature, spirituality, relationships, that kinds of things that whilst not physically real as much as possessions are more real than ever than possessions. So this is a really wonderful outcome. We do a whole process going on for you guys this month, as I mentioned right at the start of the reading. And finally, the overall theme for you guys. I'm going to show you this card. This card is called Walkabout. And this deck, the Dreamtime Reading Cards, are all Aboriginal Australian paintings, dot paintings. See all the lots of the little dots here? Very typical of these paintings. So this card, Walkabout, is about bare feet. What does that mean? You can see lots of little footprints there. Lots of dots, lots of detail in these drawings. Incredible. So what I do now is I read from the booklet that came along with these cards. I'm going to find the page for Walkabout, meaning bare feet. I'm going to read it out, see if it resonates. So in some parts of Australia, the term walkabout refers to a rite of passage undertaken by a young male. There's a young male there, Knave of Wands. But for me being the author of this particular deck of cards, growing up, so for her the term was used by her elders to describe the connection they had to the land. Interesting. Elders, Six of Cups, childhood, the past, family. So it was a term they used to explain the meditation-like walks they regularly took through the country. These walks were usually done on bare feet and were very meaningful and were considered an important part of caring for the land they lived on. When we allow ourselves to feel the energy that vibrates up through the earth, we allow ourselves to connect to the ancient energy of this great land. I consider this to be, in some ways, part of our responsibility. Interesting that she's talking about earth and land when we've got the final card there of the tarot being the Nine of Coins, Pentacles being earth energy. So if you do not walk the country that you live on and allow it the opportunity to speak, or the chance for your environment to communicate what it needs, then how are you to know what it is that is needed from you? When you draw this card, it is an indication that it's time to get outside and enjoy the natural world. So fitting with the Nine of Coins card in the traditional deck. The image on that card is a woman outside on the earth. She's got her pentacles all around her in some bushes, but then there's also these lush bushes and gardens, and she's holding a bird, a very pretty bird. So you need to get out there, get outside, and be grateful for all that abundance as well. So take your shoes off, and maybe you could clear your local area of any rubbish and be aware of the impact you have on your environment. Walkabout is associated with meaning, full connections, time spent outdoors, and allowing yourself to be conscious of the footprints that you leave behind. Oh my God, that is so beautiful, because I immediately connect that to the first card, the Six of Cups. Our past, our behind, the footprints behind us, our footprints, our family's footprints, our ancestors' footprints. What is that about for you guys this month, huh? So maybe you have, towards the end of the month, towards the end of this year, been able to look back, see all that you have achieved and acquired, but you need to get grounded again, huh? Go outside, reconnect to the land, connect to people with gratitude, Interesting. Anyway, so look, I hope this reading has been useful. If not, totally fine. Take what you like and leave the rest. I'm really thankful though that you've taken the time to watch this reading, Aries. I wish you all a wonderful December and end of the year wherever you are in the world, and hopefully I'll see you again next year. Bye.